Now the minister.
अध्यक्ष जी, लग रहा है कि अच्छा होता आपका हवाई जहाज वक्त पे आता।
अच्छा होता हवाई जहाज समय पे आता।
समय पर आता।
अब वो सुरक्षित आगे चलना पड़ेगा।
अध्यक्ष जी, चर्चा में 3 मुद्दे उठाए गए। बहुत से मित्रों ने कहा कि जो निरपराध व्यक्तियों की हत्या हुई है उनको अधिक मुआवजा मिलना चाहिए। मेरी जानकारी के अनुसार तो अभी कश्मीर सरकार की ओर से 1 लाख रुपया और भारत सरकार की ओर से 50,000 रुपया, ऐसा 1.5 लाख रुपया। आप भी सरकार में थे, मुझे आगे बोलने दीजिए। तो
हम रोक कहाँ रहे हैं, बोल भी नहीं
ये
रहे। हम तो रोक भी नहीं रहे, बोल भी नहीं रहे।
ये देने की व्यवस्था की गई है, लेकिन बहुत मित्रों को लगता है कि इस परिस्थिति में इससे कोई अधिक धन देना चाहिए। तो मैं निश्चित रूप से आप सबकी भावनाएं व्यक्तिगत रूप से प्रधानमंत्री तक पहुंचाऊंगा और इसमें अधिक हम और क्या सहायता दे सकते हैं, इसमें ज़रूर विचार किया जाए।
अरे घोषणा करो, ब्राह्मण से पूछा।
दूसरी बात,
ये क्या तरीका बूटा सिंह जी? अगर देते हैं तो आप कहते हैं खड़ा दे रहे हैं, नहीं देते तो आप डिमांड करते हो खड़ा दिया जाए। ये क्या तरीका बूटा सिंह जी? 84 में आप ही थे उधर। 84 बोले हो गए 1984।
विजय जी
मानिए ये मुआवजा शब्द निकालो। किसी जीवन की कीमत कोई मुआवजा नहीं है। हम सहानुभूति दे सकते परिवार को, ये शब्द इस्तेमाल करिए। मुआवजा शब्द इस्तेमाल बंद करो।
जो भी अच्छी हिंदी में शब्द आपको ठीक लगे उसे, क्योंकि हिंदी मेरी मातृभाषा नहीं है, इसलिए मैं इतना अच्छा शब्द आपके जैसा उपयोग में नहीं ला सकता। और इसलिए आप जो भी उचित शब्द समझे उस पर, मेरा कोई शब्द पर साधारण रूप से आज तक जो शब्द प्रयोग में आता था उसका मैंने उपयोग किया। I totally agree with you that no money can compensate anybody. So I totally agree with you. Sir, as far as the demand of the discussion on the said issue, first I would like to say that the House is aware that the Prime Minister has made 2 statements in one. On the first statement, you graciously allowed, though rules normally do not permit, the clarifications, and almost entire House asked the clarification, which almost turned into a debate. The second time, you allowed the leader of the opposition to make few queries, to which Prime Minister replied. Separately, we had a discussion on autonomy of Kashmir, where Honorable Indrajit ji also spoke. Minister replied. There were questions after his reply also. If any more discussion is needed on this subject, the government is ready for any discussion even tomorrow. So we are not hiding from any kind of discussion, and so I'll come to it.
Let him complete.
I'll come to it, sir. As far as the transparency of this government is concerned, I can only cite one example. That Kargil was a war. No, Madhuraj, if you want to say something, I'll listen to you. Sir, I know who is trying to impress whom in this house by speaking. To go into that subject.
I think you must be depressed, not impressed. You are getting depressed.
Sir, as far as the transparency was laid, I can only cite one example, that Kargil was the war which our country won. But still we appointed a committee whose report was made public, and Defense Minister in last session has given a notice for the discussion. I'm just trying to recollect that we had one war with China, which lost miserably. There was one committee appointed and whose report never saw the light of the day. Forget about.
We are in government. Let us not go on trying to score political points. Come to the subject. 100 people have lost their lives. 100 people have lost their lives. Come to the subject. Don't make light of 100 deaths. Don't make light of it. Don't make light of it.
मुझे बहुत तकलीफ हो रही है, हमें बहुत तकलीफ हो रही है, आपको सच्चाई सुनने में तकलीफ हो रही है।
Nothing should go on.
एंडरसन ब्रुक्स रिपोर्ट आज तक नहीं आई है। एंडरसन ब्रुक्स रिपोर्ट तकलीफ हो रही है अभी।
Speaker, sir, in Kashmir, we are facing a very serious situation. It's a proxy war. It's not an agitation which is going on there. It's a state-sponsored terrorism from our neighbor. The country is fighting this war, and I think today the time is to unite the country to fight against the war and not divide it.
Not united when 100 people are murdered. We are not united then. In the larger cause.
Mr. Speaker, sir, in dealing with the Kashmir situation in
If you are
totality,
asking for our cooperation, thrusting under the carpet, we are not prepared to.
we are totally united to cooperate. But the human
No,
tragedy.
you are asking the reply from the government. You are not allowing the minister to give.
He is trying to give a message. He is trying to give an impression that on dealing with Kashmir issue we are divided, which you are not. Which you are not. He is trying to give an impression that on the issue of Kashmir, House is divided, which you are not.
You are
We
saying
are
I have not
talking
said
separately
anything.
the human
Sir,
tragedy. You come
So
to the
let
point.
us
Don't
Munshi
go
not
to the
do
point.
anything or talk anything which will demoralize the people who are fighting this proxy war in Kashmir at this stage. As far as the demand,
Cannot be a demolition. Your own incompetence cannot be attributed as a demolition of the armed forces there. It is your incompetence. Absence. And you are talking that please don't demoralize. We will only concede.
sir, the whole world knows the competence of the people who are sitting in opposition today and who brought this country to this level, especially in Kashmir.
This side did not make Kashmir as an international issue. Thanks to your government who made the issue international and global. If this side did not do,
Accept the minister's
this
reply,
side
nothing
did not make the situation Kashmir. It is your government.
बोलने दो मुझे।
This side did not make Kashmir as an
एक बार देखने दीजिए।
your government did not make Kashmir. It is your government.
The Home Minister says 24 hours after the event that he doesn't know whether the army is going to
Sir,
asking for a judicial inquiry into the murder of Amarnath. All you have to say is yes. And you're not going to say yes, just say no and sit down, and we're not going to let this house. This kind of
I wish Manishankar Iyer becomes one day speaker, then only I will sit down, not from opposition benches.
आपने छोड़े थे 1 लाख पाकिस्तानी सैनिकों को, बिना कुछ किए।
Sir, sir, छोड़ दो. Sir, Prime Minister has already said that there is executive inquiry which is going on to lapses, if any. As far as judicial inquiry is concerned, at this stage, if I look, I was just trying to look at the Commission of Inquiry Act 1952, which doesn't permit central government to hold any inquiry of public order in Jammu and Kashmir under the present law. I'll explain. If you sit, then only I'll explain.
Yes,
let
we
him-
know also law. Interpret what is public order.
No, no, I don't know law as much as you know.
It is not burglary, it is not robbery.
Sir,
It is
The
something
Commission
else.
of Inquiry Act says it extends to India, provided that it shall apply to the Jammu only if so far it relates inquiries pertaining to the matters relatable to any entries emanating list 1 and 3 of the 7th schedule. The public order.
Let's destabilization of the union. Please understand that.
I'll try.
Minister of
Madhav,
Law,
don't get
should know that.
excited. We are
Sir, you
debating.
did order. Is it a burglary?
Destabilizing the country
It is a
and the talking of
pickpocketing of the...
Sir, I
Is
cannot
it
fight with two people at the
pickpocketing?
same
It is
time.
burglary, it is robbery. What are you talking of? Public order?
You
We
can
don't
fight
know.
with them slowly.
Hide behind the skirts of some obscure.
Sir, so whatever comes under State
because of
List
serious
2,
issue, please.
which is basically all Commissions of Inquiry Act are done under State List 2, that can be done except Jammu and Kashmir. It cannot be done in Jammu and Kashmir. And sir, I don't think...
This will not go on record, except the minister. Only minister reply can go into the record.
Sir, and I think even the Congress party will agree with me that I did not say anything. Oh, sir, he doesn't agree with me to say that he will agree with me that at this point of time, we cannot order any kind of inquiry against the security forces which are fighting there, which will be more dangerous than that.
Not against the security
And
forces.
so I said
It is an
that
inquiry
at this juncture,
into
we are
the
not
murder of
in
100
of
people.
any
It is
judicial
not against
inquiry.
It is the total incompetence of the central government.